Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to another video of mine, and today we're talking about The Legend of Korra, so let's get into it. Now, I just recently finished The Legend of Korra. It was a great TV show, 8 out of 10, had a great series finale. And I was thinking to myself what I should do for a new video, and then I thought, hey, I already made a top 10 video talking about my favorite characters from the original Avatar The Last Airbender. Why don't I just do the same for Legend of Korra? And that's what I'm bringing you guys here today. So without further ado, here are my top 10 favorite Legend of Korra characters. Starting our list off at number 10, we have Kuvira, final villain of the series, pro-metal bender, and the woman who almost took over the entire world. Kuvira's main goal was to unite all 4 of the nations, as well as Republic City, under one rule, her rule. But her reasons for doing this weren't necessarily evil. She just wanted everyone to share the wealth, to have all the technology so that no nation, no city would have any benefits or any downsides. It's not really an evil goal. She just really went about it in the worst way possible, by threatening different towns and cities with thoughts of violence, bandits, poverty, and she was able to accomplish so much, even uniting nearly the entire Earth Kingdom. And at one point, she did unite the entire Earth Kingdom under her rule. Not to mention the fact that Kuvira's giant robot with her inside of it made one of the best climaxes out of the entire show. So with all that being said and done, that is why Kuvira is able to crack my top 10 list. Next up we have Avatar 1, the very first Avatar, and one of the best things to come out of dreaded Legend of Korra Season 2. Now, Wan is a very interesting character because while he's only given 2 episodes to shine throughout the entire 4-season run, those 2 episodes alone explain how he started the Avatar cycle, and it even explains the origins of bending itself. As for Wan himself though, his backstory and his personality are both so interesting that they make sure that he deserves a spot on this list. Now, moving on to number 8. Coming in at number 8, we have Toff. And no, you're not having deja vu. She's back. She's older, she's crankier, and she's just as enjoyable to watch as ever. Although Toff is pretty late to the party in this series, she more than makes up for it with her usual style of witty banter and just not giving a freak about anything that doesn't concern her. That's not to say that she hasn't grown up though, as she's more than proved that she's matured past her usual younger self, which is why she's here at number 8. Yet another returning face from the original series, we have Uncle Iroh, and I must say, Iroh is the best thing to happen in all of Season 2. Those who remember Uncle Iroh in the original series as the fun, tea-loving life advisor that they never knew they needed will be more than happy with how he's shown up in The Legend of Korra. In fact, the only reason I did not put Uncle Iroh even higher on this list is because he only appeared in the spirit world during a certain few episodes. But he more than earned his place here, and it's always such a wonder to see him again. Besides that, there's not really much else to say. Uncle Iroh just proved in Legend of Korra that he is the best, no matter what series he's in, which is why he comes in here at this spot. Coming in at number 6, we have Tenzin, youngest son of Avatar Aang and the advisor slash airbending teacher of Avatar Korra. Now Tenzin's growth throughout this series is incredible, one of the best arcs in the entire show. He starts out being cranky, irritable, quick to anger, and really just not listening to anyone else's opinions but his own. But by the end of the series, all that's changed. He's become loving, caring, a better person, and an even better airbender. Not to mention, as well, Tenzin's stress about everyone putting their expectations on him, thus stressing him out. I can totally relate to that as an oldest sibling. Everyone puts their expectations on me. Everyone puts their expectations on Tenzin, which is why I find him to be one of the most relatable characters in the show, which is why he earns his spot here at number 6. Halfway down the list, we are at Zahir, main villain of Season 3, leader of the Red Lotus, and killer of the Earth Queen. Thanks for that, by the way. Really appreciate it. Now, Zahir's main goal is almost in direct opposition to someone like Kuvira, who wanted the whole world to be united under one rule. Zahir's goal, however, was to have everyone united, but under no rule. Everyone would just look out for themselves, their families, and everyone else who's close to them. Which sounds like a really good idea, but again, they went about it in the worst possible way, by killing or attempting to kill world leaders across the globe. Not to mention the fact, when you add on his allies, his abilities, his personality, you are guaranteed a character who can leave a mark throughout the entire series. And if I'm being 100% honest, my favorite part about Zahir is that he left his presence known. His actions have repercussions throughout the entire series, which is why he comes in here at number 5. Making it to the final 4, we have Varric, head of Varric Industries, and hands down the funniest character in all of Legend of Korra. Now, Varric is a guy who can really do it all, whether it be make a super weapon from vines themselves, make some random guy a movie star, or send that guy's very own brother to prison by framing him. As you can probably tell, he's changed sides quite a few times. Nevertheless, Varric does eventually come around by the end of the series, by learning to acknowledge those who want to help him and who already have helped him, and thus making him a much better man. I know it's not a gigantic character arc throughout the entire series, but it's more than fitting to one of the best characters in the entire show. Coming in at number 3, we have hands down the best villain in the entire show, Amman. Now, this might just be my opinion, but Amman was the most hyped up villain out of everyone in the entire series. Seriously, this man lived up to the hype. I didn't know anything about his backstory. I was genuinely terrified about him. And every episode, we kept learning a little bit more about him that just made him even better by the end of the season he was in. And that's not even me mentioning the fact that at the end of the season, Amman's demise is one of the most heartbreaking and shocking moments in the entire Avatar franchise.
It will be just like the good old days.
In fact, the only thing I really didn't like about Amman was how many times my little brother kept saying, Among Us. But besides that, Amman is a perfect villain, at least to me, which is why he's made it so far up this list. Taking home the silver medal, we have Avatar Korra herself. She's strong, she's funny, she's the main character, and she's one of my favorites. Now, Korra's growth throughout the entire series is hands down the best character arc this show has ever seen. I mean, honestly, she goes from being impatient, indecisive, angry most of the time. When she's not angry, she's just not giving a care in the world. But by the end of the series, she's matured, she's grown, she's gotten smarter, stronger, and she's willing to try out new things with other people. Honestly, it's incredible to see how much she grows from the first episode to the last, as you can really tell how much her character development has worked. And honestly, that's incredible. That's what every main protagonist should do. Their character development should work. And honestly, Korra describes that better than almost every other character, which is why she's here at number 2. Coming in at number 1, we have Beau Lin. Now, the only reason I put Beau Lin above Korra in the first place was because Korra had a few moments throughout the show where made me question whether Korra was a good character or not. But Beau Lin, throughout the entire show, he has been a solid rock. Like, honestly, he was my favorite from the first episode all the way to the last. And he continues to be my favorite character to this day. His development is crazy. He's one of the funniest characters in the show. He has a great romantic arc, which is more than some other characters can say. And overall, he's just really fun to watch. But guys, that's just my logic. Let me know what you think down below. Tell me who your favorite character is down in the comments below. Be sure to like, subscribe, and until next time, which is seeming later rather than sooner these days. Sorry for that. School's crazy right now. Goodbye.